In this video, we'll explore data reshaping, focusing on how to handle different data structures while keeping the underlying numbers intact.
Today, we'll master the transition between wide and long data formats, learn to build readable pivot tables, handle unpivoting complex spreadsheets, and run a complete data round trip.
Before we begin, ensure you're familiar with group by operations, merging, handling missing values, and the importance of checking sample sizes alongside averages. Data can often be presented in two distinct shapes. While the numbers remain the same, the format you choose determines how effectively your audience can consume the information. Machine-readable formats usually list every fact in its own row, whereas human-readable formats, like pivot tables, spread categories across columns for easy comparison. In this first part, we will define long and wide data, establishing the vocabulary you'll need to recognize these shapes in any dataset. Long, or tidy data, is the machine's native language. With one observation per row, it is perfectly suited for analytical tools like Pandas, making it the ideal format for storage and computation. Wide data, by contrast, is for humans. It organizes one entity per row, with measures spread across columns, though it can be difficult for automated tools like Pandas to process directly. Remember the rule of thumb: store and compute in long format, and reshape to wide only at the final step for presentation. This cycle keeps your data clean and flexible. In the wild, you'll find long data in databases and event logs, while wide data is typically how information is shared in spreadsheets, reports, and dashboards. Moving to part 2, we'll discuss the pivot table function, which essentially performs a group by operation but presents the results in a much more readable layout. Think of pivot table as a group by command followed by an automatic unstack. It transforms your data into an elegant grid that is easy for humans to interpret. To use pivot table effectively, you'll need to define your values for aggregation, the index for row labels, columns for the header spread, and the desired aggregation function. A useful upgrade is the margins argument. Setting it to true automatically adds all rows and columns, providing instant totals without requiring an extra group by step. Finally, remember that a mean without a count can be misleading. You can include multiple stats in your pivot table, helping you verify that your averages are based on meaningful sample sizes. When building your pivot table, you can use fill value to replace missing data with zeros. Perform this honesty check first. Only use 0 if the absence of data truly represents a 0 value, rather than an unknown or uncollected segment. If you only need a simple count of data points in each category, skip pivot table and use the focused pd.cross tab. It's designed for frequency tables and also supports handy features like normalization to calculate percentages. This is the final recipe for your executive-level pivot table, incorporating all the upgrades we discussed today. It's perfectly formatted for the presentation layer of your capstone. Part 3 introduces the melt function. This is the crucial skill that helps you handle real-world spreadsheet data that doesn't arrive in the tidy format we'd prefer. Spreadsheets often store data headers as month names, which Pandas can't easily group. pd.melt allows you to fold these columns down, turning headers into row values so you can analyze them properly. The syntax for pd.melt is straightforward. Specify the columns to keep with ID vars, and define the names for the new columns using var name and value name. This transforms wide data into a long, clean format. Remember that ID vars keep your row identifiers fixed, while value vars are the columns you want to fold down. Choosing descriptive names for var name and value name makes your resulting data much more intuitive. Real-world files often contain baggage, like total columns. Always drop these before melting to prevent them from being incorrectly interpreted as categories in your long data. Once you have successfully melted your data, you unlock a range of analytical questions that were previously impossible to answer, from complex grouping to plotting trends over time. In this final part, we'll connect everything we've learned into a single cohesive workflow, showing you how to close the loop between data intake,
analysis, and presentation.
Professional analysts follow this cycle: melt for analysis, then pivot for presentation. It ensures your data remains both powerful for computation and readable for your stakeholders. Here is the complete round trip, from reading the raw CSV, cleaning and melting the data, performing your analysis, and finally generating an executive-ready pivot view. Use this quick reference for your pivot table toolkit. Remember the core 4 arguments, the importance of margins, adding counts to your means, and performing an honesty check before filling values. Keep this melt reference handy as well. Mastering ID vars, value vars, and proper naming conventions will ensure you're never caught off guard by a poorly structured spreadsheet again. Finally, be mindful of common pitfalls: double counting total columns, managing multi-index outputs, and filling missing values without justification. Stay alert, and your data will stay clean. Let's close the loop. We can verify that the numbers are identical across both long and wide shapes. Only the perspective changes, ensuring accuracy throughout your analysis. This episode bridges the gap between previous skills, such as handling missing values and group by operations, and today's focus on reshaping your data for professional results. Master this vocabulary. Use long or tidy data for your internal computations, and switch to wide formats solely for presentation. Pivot tables and melting are your primary tools for this conversion. Commit these 3 key takeaways to memory. They will serve as the foundation for your data-shaping decisions in every project you undertake. First, always compute in long format and store your primary data as long. Only use wide formats for executive presentations, ensuring you never confuse the two. Second, remember that a pivot table is essentially a dressed-up group by. Use the margins argument to generate essential totals, and always include a count alongside your mean to add necessary context. Third, the melt function is your intake valve. It allows you to convert messy, wide spreadsheets into clean, analyzable long data, neutralizing even the most difficult file structures. For your deliverable, complete the 3-part shape-shifting notebook, build an executive pivot, melt a hostile file, and perform a full round trip on your own project data. Instructors, remember to verify your data visually before recording. Ensure the numbers are consistent across all views, and maintain momentum by handling technical artifacts like multi-indices without unnecessary detours. Next up is Episode 10, where we explore time series basics. You'll learn to resample and use rolling windows, building on the reshaping skills you've mastered today. This program was brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team and Technovative AI.